because of the outstanding work that you guys do. Because of you.
President Obama spent part of his speech today praising local workers. Hear why he will not be encouraging his daughters to buy a Jeep Wrangler. And hear what the man who is leading Fiat and Chrysler has to say about more jobs coming to Toledo.
Always on air, online, on mobile. Fox Toledo News at 6:30 starts right now.
The president thanks Toledo Jeep workers for a job well done. Good evening, I'm Laura Emerson. Sean Hegarty has the night off tonight, but here's the news for Friday, June 3rd. President Barack Obama spent the day in the Glass City. He visited a hardware store, had lunch of hot dogs, and spoke to hundreds of Jeep workers at the Toledo Supplier Park where the Wrangler is made. Fox Toledo's Kevin Milliken's in our newsroom with what the Commander-in-Chief had to say.
The president's speech focused on the success of the federal auto bailout 2 years ago and the fact Chrysler has repaid its debt in full early and is now buying the government's shares of the automaker. But he also emphasized the job is far from done as far as a full economic recovery is concerned.
Because Toledo, you showed that this was a good investment.
President Barack Obama came to Toledo to personally thank America's most productive auto assembly workforce for doing their part to help the federal auto bailout succeed. The president briefly toured the Jeep Supplier Park, the home of what he called the iconic Wrangler.
Symbolized freedom, adventure, hitting the open road, never looking back, which is why Malia and Sasha will never buy one.
President Obama pointed out all three American automakers now are turning a profit and gaining market share, both for the first time in many years.
So this industry is back on its feet, repaying its debts, gaining ground.
But the president emphasized the auto bailout wasn't just about recovering from a recession, but in his words, to rebuild the future on a stronger foundation.
To make sure that you can see your incomes and your savings rise again, and you can retire with security and respect again. And you can open doors of opportunity for your kids again, and we can live out the American dream again. That's what we're fighting for.
This was Obama's first visit to Toledo since the 2008 presidential race. Of course, Ohio is always considered a battleground state, which will be important in his re-election bid next year. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Milliken, Fox Toledo News.
Thank you. And Fox Toledo has learned more work is on the way for the Chrysler complex. Of course, many were hoping that Obama's stop at the Jeep plant would bring the announcement of a new vehicle line coming to the plant. It didn't happen today, but Chrysler's CEO tells us a new vehicle will be made in Toledo.
Do you have any plans on bringing the Fiat or any new vehicle to Toledo?
The manufacturer?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Okay. And also,
in the broad question that you asked, the answer is yes.
Marchione told that our crew that he won't release any other details, though, until he is ready to make that announcement official. Jeep workers are aware that more opportunities are on the way, so now it's a waiting game. Most were excited to hear the president's speech today. They say it was because of his auto bailout plan that they still have jobs. Fox Toledo, Sharia Davis continues our Team Fox coverage of Obama's visit.
Yeah, UAW members say the speech was very inspirational, and it's good to know that the president believes in them to get the job done.
I tell you what, I'm going to keep on betting on you.
And most Jeep workers say it's a bet they're willing to take.
I got a chance to speak to him privately afterwards and told him that we would not let him down.
More than 100 employees paid close attention to Obama's message. Some were impressed with the president's interest in the Glass City. In fact, one Toledo worker will air in Obama's 2012 presidential campaign.
I'm just a regular guy, man. Just come to work every day and do my job.
But it's his story that sparked so much attention. You see, James Faison isn't Joe the plumber. His friends call him James the Jeep worker. As a production operator, Faison was laid off for 11 months. But because of the auto bailout, he's now back on the job.
If it wouldn't have been for the president and what he did for the auto industry, that I definitely wouldn't be standing here right now.
These workers know there are still a lot of people out of work, but with the president's help, they're looking forward for their colleagues to return to work soon.
I'm going to keep fighting alongside you for a future that is brighter for this community, for Toledo, for Ohio, for America. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Sharia Davis, Fox Toledo News.
The president and the rest of his motorcade made a surprise stop for lunch at Rudy's Hot Dogs on Sylvania Avenue. Workers inside screamed with excitement as they spotted him. Obama ordered 2 chili dogs with onions, mustard and cheese, French fries, and a bowl of chili. The president stood and talked with customers while he was eating his hot dogs. After his speech, he made another stop. He bought some garden gloves from Fred's hardware store on Stickney and greeted people in the neighborhood. For complete coverage of the president's visit to Toledo, head over to our website, foxtoledo.com. There you will find complete coverage of the visit, including a replay of Obama's entire speech, along with exclusive photo galleries. Just look for the Obama Visit tab at the top of our homepage.